While we debate over which anime is the best, there are hundreds, even thousands of people behind the scenes suffering from mental health issues and struggling just to live or eat properly. You might have heard that animators in Japan face low salaries and excessive workloads. Yet at the same time, the industry is thriving, hitting an all-time high of around $20 billion last year. And over 300 anime titles are produced annually under these harsh conditions. But you know what's funny? The main problem that causes all of this is actually just one. This is not the dark side of anime industry, but this is the truth. Alright, let's warm up a bit by talking about money, the earnings, the costs, and the salaries. The anime industry is worth a massive $20 billion, and about half of that is coming from overseas. Thanks to the streaming giants like Netflix and Crunchyroll, anime is more accessible than ever before. Fans worldwide can watch new episodes almost as soon as they air in Japan, which has been a game changer. Plus, the synergy between anime, merchandise, and video games has only supercharged the industry expansion. The movie market is also riding the wave. Take Toei Animation for example. This legendary studio has been crushing it globally with films like One Piece Film Red and The First Slam Dunk, earning over $168 million from international audiences. And it's not just about TV shows and movies. The music and live entertainment scenes are booming too. Last year, they grew 170.4%, reaching an all-time high of $673 million. Artists who sing anime songs such as Ado and Yosobi are becoming representative of the Japanese music market. Sounds impressive, right? But what about the cost? A typical anime movie can cost up to $3 million to produce. For example, Kimi no Na wa or Your Name is said to have a production cost of 450 million yen or $2.8 million. However, there are exceptions like Ghibli's film, The Boy and the Heron, that released in 2023, which had an approximate cost of $60 million due to its 7 years production period. TV anime isn't any less pricey. Masamune Sakaki, a CG creator behind Musoku Tensei, says a standard 13-episode anime series costs around $2 million. And Takayuki Nagatani, a producer for Shirobako, revealed that his shows with 24 episodes cost $3.8 million. If this sounds like a staggering figures, keep in your mind that they are comparable to those for most American cable TV shows. On average, they earn just $28,000 a year, and that gets worse. Around 40 to 50% of animators make as little as $10,000 annually. That's right, 10 grand. Now, to put that in perspective, the lowest average annual wage in Japan was in 2015 at $37,500. The difference is insane. Imagine trying to live on $10,000 a year, especially in a place as pricey as Japan. It's no wonder so many animators are struggling with burnout, mental health issues, and even basic stuff like food. Here's where things get spicy. Have you ever wondered why there are over 50 anime airing every season, but around 60 to 70% of them either look terrible or just sucks? It is not because the creator doesn't care, it is because they're stuck in a system that doesn't let them do better. Let me introduce you to the production committee. Well, it's basically a bunch of old people who invest in anime. We're talking about record labels, managing music and voice actors, toy companies like Figures and Merch, TV station who airing the shows, and publishers behind the original stories. They all team up to form what's called a production committee, and that's where the trouble starts. In the world of production committees, your influence depends on how much cash you put in. So if you only contribute 3% of the funding, you only get 3% of the decision-making power. Naturally, nobody wants to be the 3% guy. Everyone wants more control, which means investing more money. Take Studio Ghibli for example. They deal with budgets of 10 to 20 million $. Of course, they need a lot of investors. But if you're only throwing in 150,000 and want 10% of the control, the entire budget has to be kept at 1.5 million $. You see the problem here, right? The big players on the committee hate losing face, so they've made a weird rule only one company from each sector can get involved. They realize that if they we invest 70 grand, it just won't cut it because the other companies could jump in and throw in more cash. That's pretty normal for companies everywhere. Even in Hollywood, production usually works like that. This keeps everyone's egos intact but totally screws over the production. Let's say a Chinese company comes in and ready to invest 10 million US dollars. No one's turning that down since it's reduced the risk and is super helpful. They want to be the one handling the funding and taking their cut. The problem is 10 million US dollars for an anime project is going to be tough for them. So instead of using that money to make a truly amazing anime, the production committees decided to split it across 10 different projects. Quantity over quality, you would say. Even though the numbers of anime titles keep skyrocketing, the budget for each one stays flat. Many newbies bailed within 6 months because the pay and the conditions are just that awful. But wait, there's more. With so many anime being churned out, the demand for high quality animation is higher than ever. Studios and investors want to ride the hype of a series, so they push animators to their limit, leading to the crazy overwork. This is why over 50% of animators are freelancer, but most of them doesn't even realize that they are freelancer. They might be tied to a company, but there's no formal contract, no benefits, and no bonuses. Given all these challenges, it's no surprise that fewer young people are chasing the dreams of becoming animators. The industry is cranking out more anime than ever, but behind the scenes, things are looking pretty bleak. Right now, over 70% of anime in Japan are produced under this flawed system. So the question is how it can be fixed. About the low wages, the obvious answer is to increase the production budget. But the production committee system, which is great at minimalizing risk, ironically keep those budget lows, which means animators stays underpaid. Right now, we need a major mindset shift. You can't create something truly amazing without putting more money on the table. Each project needs to be treated with more care and respect. Otherwise, the quality of anime will keep suffering. The committee guys, for the past decades, they've been telling studios, do just enough for now. We'll keep things cheap for another 3 or 5 years. Yeah, it is a vicious cycle and it's time to break free from it. The balance of power is starting to shift. As traditional TV's influence wanes, those who relied on their old privilege will find themselves needing to adapt. They'll have to start listening to the creators because platforms like Netflix and Amazon are stepping in and shaking things up. These platforms are hungry for quality content and they're willing up to pay for it. This could be the push the industry needs to break free from its penny pinching ways. Another solution lies in innovation, changing work schedule, improving project management, and creating healthier work environments. This isn't just about improving the anime, it's about improving the lives of animators who make it. Better working conditions mean happier, more creative people, which leads to better anime. It's a win-win situation. More and more animators are speaking up, pushing for the change and working to solve these deep-rooted problems. The old ways are crumbling, and a new, more sustainable way of producing anime is starting to take a shape. What can you do is really simple. Keep supporting the legal streaming sites, buy the official merch, and raise the awareness. This isn't a fight that's won overnight. We might just see an industry where creativity is valued as much as profit, and where the people who bring our favorite stories to life are finally treated with the respect they deserve.